Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi Show. Uh, the cast, uh, what we know about it so far, what I think will happen at the end as well. Now, I'm sorry if I spoil this for anyone. Keep in mind, I might accidentally spoil this at the end, and I don't really want to do that. But still, it'll be a good video. So we're just going to start off by looking at this title card for it. I see two things here that they're just visually appealing on this card. The sand, which Anakin wouldn't like, then the lightsaber, which Grievous would be a fine addition to his collection. So what we know about it, for the cast at least, is that Ewan McGregor will be returning as Obi-Wan, which was sort of expected and hoped for by fans, but people thought that someone else would come in, or that they'd do a CGI version of it, or it'd be just animated, which isn't the case. And now in episode 3, Master Yoda tells Obi-Wan that Qui-Gon wants to talk to him, from the netherworld of the Force, so Liam Neeson will be returning as Qui-Gon Jinn. And he even still has the lightsaber. And Hayden Christensen will be coming back as Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. Now, what will happen in it is live action, emphasis on the live action Clone Wars flashbacks. So the most famous battles that you would have seen in the Clone Wars TV show are now live action, which I think is class. Now, if they're live action, I would say we'd see Tamura Morrison in the flashbacks, which is quite good. And he's actually probably one of my favourite Star Wars actors now. And he's probably making so much money because not only will he be a clone that takes off their helmet in this, in these flashbacks, but he'll also be the main bad guy, Commander Cody, who will also be apparently trying to hunt Obi-Wan down, because he's the commander at the time who knew Obi-Wan escaped. And then the guy who plays Corky Kryze, who is Satine's, I'm putting this in air quotes, nephew, who totally at all doesn't look like Satine Kryze and Obi-Wan at the same time. It actually become a bit of a theory that Corky Kryze is Obi-Wan's secret son, and it's become a very famous meme. And you can see the resemblance, but whether or not he'll contact him through the Force or something, I don't know, or if there'll be flashbacks, I don't know. Now, another thing that we know for a fact that will happen, and this is just a thing that I do think will happen, but the thing we know that will happen is a rematch of the Battle of the Heroes, which is by far my favourite lightsaber duel ever. And it's probably the best one, because it's the most recent one. Not the most recent good one. Forgot about the sequels for a second. What I do think will happen is they'll draw some insight from the Kenobi Show. It's quite a good book, so they'll be inspired by it 100%. They won't draw everything from it, but they will draw a fairly good bit of it. That was difficult to say. Good bit of it. Yeah. So they'll draw a good bit from that book. Now keep in mind, the Kenobi book is actually Legends. But what he'd done in that book was, every day for a few years he'd visit Shmi Skywalker's grave and apologise for losing her son to the dark side. Now, also we'll probably find out why Obi-Wan didn't actually take Luke under his wing, why he gave them to the Lars, but he could have easily trained him at an early age, a youngling age, and then he would have been able to construct his own lightsaber and all that, because even use Anakin's like he did. But I'm just going to talk about how I think this will end. Yeah, so just really quick, I think Obi-Wan will find Luke, after getting beat up by Tusken Raiders. Now when I say Luke, I mean probably the CGI Luke that we saw in The Mandalorian, and then Obi-Wan would be CGI'd to make him look old. No, this old, just a believable old. And then he'll go to Han Solo, like in A New Hope. They'll go to what remained of Alderaan, and then be pulled into the Death Star. And this will be the final lightsaber battle, for a while at least, live action anyways, between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. Now, it'll be vamped up. They won't just have an old one, I'd say they'll vamp it up, make it look modern. And there is a modern version of it that actually exists today. It's on YouTube. It's scene 38. I think it's scene 38 remodeled or something like that, or reworked. Just look up A New Hope lightsaber duel modern version or something like that. It's quite good. If I can, I'll put the link in the description. And it's only 6 minutes. You'll enjoy it. It's class. Well, that's how I think it will end, with Obi-Wan sacrificing himself so Luke and Leia can escape. But the battle will be from Obi-Wan's point of view, And what I think will happen is we'll hear his commentary. Like, we'll hear Obi-Wan, and hear some flashbacks of him training Anakin. And then the last thing he'll see as he raises his lightsaber blade is Padme and Anakin's children reunited. And then, well, we all know what happens. Vader attacks him, and then game over. Well, that's what I think will happen in the Kenobi series, so I hope I gave you some insight into it. The next video will be on the drafts and the ideas for Star Wars that could have happened but haven't happened. So I'll be taking some inspiration from the what's that book called? I think it's a comic as well. The Splinter of the Mind's Eye, or A Splinter of the Mind's Eye, which is actually quite good. And I'll also take some inspiration from the interviews there have been. So I'll see you all in the next video. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you in the next video.